Welcome back to the Sick Boys Podcast. I'm your host, JD Denham, and my man, Justin Winsel.
What's up, you guys?
How are you, dude? Nice and rainy.
Yeah, it's a rainy day. It's been
For a
rainy.
week?
Dude.
This is California, dude. God, what are you doing?
Well, I was in the desert all last week, and it was raining the whole time.
Oh, was it really? Oh, no way.
Yeah. But then I come back, and it's raining again.
But
it's that time of year. But let's not bore people with the weather. What'd you jam in on your way?
Oh, bro. I threw in NOFX.
Oh.
Yep. Linoleum. It's been a while. That song just starts off so just...
Oh, it's fast.
Oh, dude, it's good shit.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't throw NOFX enough. You throw it on and you're just like... It's like NOFX or like a Pennywise. Like, you can't go wrong with those two bands.
No,
What's another
energy.
one? Bad Religion.
Of course.
Just one of some of the greats.
We were talking about NOFX, and they were so political and so liberal. But I don't think that they're, and I don't want to go down this path, but I don't think that they are the liberal that is today's liberal.
Yeah.
Fat Mike wears a dress, but I don't think that like they would subscribe to like what is happening on the left nowadays. I think that they were punk rock liberal. Like that was the liberal that I was.
They're definitely punk rock. NOFX is
yeah.
punk rock. They have earned the crown of punk rock. I got a question for you because we were talking about that off camera. We were talking about like music that we love and everybody loves all music, but I hate R&B. How much of somebody's taste is nurture, nature, where you're born? Like you're born in Detroit. Was punk rock big out there? Like,
oh yeah.
I was born in Southern California. Punk rock was huge. If I was born in Podunk, Texas, would I be loving punk rock? Good way to look at it.
100%. So I grew up in West Michigan, which had a huge hardcore metalcore scene. Right. Some big bands came out of like Indiana and West Michigan, and then also Detroit and all of that. It was a natural progression for me to get into pop punk young.
Yeah.
Right? Like, cause that was like when I was in high school, that was when like Sum 41 became huge. But before that, I was like big into Offspring as a kid. And so, but then like metalcore and hardcore came in, and that really took like my neighborhoods and like all of our communities by storm.
Fell in love.
Yep. There were two labels, so Victory Records and Solid State Records had a lot of AR reps, that would come to the venues that we had. And they'd all be wearing their black matching like Victory Records jackets and stuff. And they'd be standing and we would all be playing at these venues. And it was like, who's going to get signed? And then before you know it, I remember we had a EP release show, and I don't want to talk too much about this, but we had an EP release show that we were super stoked about. And Haste the Day and Still Remains were playing, and it was like our EP release show. And Still Remains announced that they got signed to Roadrunner Records, which at the time, Slipknot, Nickelback, Trivium, like 3 Inches of Blood, like there were so many big bands that were signed onto Roadrunner, which still to this day there are. It's one of the biggest metal labels out there. And then Haste Today got signed to Solid State, and then there we were. It was like our shitty album, our EP release or demo. It was like not anything special, but anyways,
so fun.
That was like those were like the kind of guys that I grew up around, which is funny how like Tim Lambesis and I became such good friends because he would come from San Diego, play in West Michigan all the time with all the Christian hardcore bands. So that was my background. But I think that your taste in music is almost like. It's almost like what religion you end up, right? Like where you
this
stand.
This is what everybody does. Mom and dad says.
Yeah,
yeah.
So if you grew up in like an urban neighborhood, you're probably going to be far more into like hip hop and stuff like that. Yeah. And what time you were what time of or what decade whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, which is funny because today I rolled in listening to the Minos Al Oso album minus the Bear. And what was the song that I was listening to? It's actually probably still playing in my phone. Michio's Death Drive. The song fucking just rips. But minus the Bear, they re-released this album, and it was 20 years ago. So I would have been just about going into college when that album came out, and it was so good. And then they just released it, re-released it, redid it, re-recorded it.
It's good.
And do you ever listen to Minus the Bear?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude. They're great.
Well, I mean, the one thing about you, Justin and I can talk about punk rock and music. We've learned that, like, but it's good to talk about this stuff. It's just like so much. I mean,
well, it's crafted who we are today,
for sure.
right?
Well,
We were talking about that with our style.
came out of the womb. I always say I came out of the womb with a mohawk. So like, when I heard a bar chord. I'm like, dude, done.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. You know, Misfits, baby. Ooh, sixth grade or somewhere. I was like, oh man.
Yep. I think the first song I learned on guitar, other than Smoke on the Water, was like a Green Day song. Yeah. You know, and then
Green Day's still good, dude. I don't care what anybody says. They are good, talented dudes.
And live, they're fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen them live actually.
But I think like just like, you know, getting into like writing lyrics and writing songs and just playing shows, and even if you were bad at it or good at it, it doesn't really matter.
Punk rock, baby.
You know, it becomes a part of your life. And yeah, so.
Boom.
Well, what's the topic today?
We're going to talk about some stoicism. I know we were we were talking about that today. Justin and I, our day started very early. So it
seems to be our new pattern.
Yeah, but it's something about lifting weights or chasing growth or doing something while everybody's sleeping is liberation to me. Everybody's sleeping, dude. I call it earning the sunrise, man. Earn that shit.
Yeah.
Earn it.
What else? You said pay the tab.
Always.
So my day starts with the Daily Stoic, which is, if for anybody who doesn't read the Daily Stoic, I would suggest you pick up a copy, because basically Ryan Holiday is the author, and I think it's co-authored by somebody as well. But Ryan Holiday basically breaks out the calendar, 365 days with 365 Stoic entries.
Solid.
And then here's something funny before we get into it. I remember when somebody gifted me, actually JT gifted me the Daily Stoic. And I remember I was like, you know, Stoicism is cool. I'm like, but I'm not really a Stoic dude. You know what I mean?
Did you know what it was though? Like you'd
oh yeah.
Okay. A lot of people don't even know what it is.
Well, I love that time period, and I like the, you know, the story of Marcus Aurelius and all of that. But I guess I didn't really know. It would be like foreign to you, like if you started dating somebody from like another religion or something like that, where you're like, you've heard about the things that they practice and stuff like that, but you don't really like
open your mind. You
haven't really opened your mind to it. And then when I always thought of like Stoics, I always thought like, you know, you're a Stoic person, you're like very peaceful and calm and stuff like that. And I was like, I am not that. Right? Like I am wired type A, you know,
ditto.
Yeah. Right. And it's funny how like you open yourself up to something and you actually invest a little bit of time into it. And and I found myself becoming more calm. I found myself becoming more thought out as opposed to reaction, like, you know, very reactive. And the more I did it, and I just, you know, he gifted me that book and I got into it. And what's funny is I even bought my 14-year-old son a copy of it. And then my son for my birthday bought myself and him a copy of his other book, The Obstacle is the Way, which is very, you know, centered around Stoicism. And when my son and I do an entry in the mornings every morning, and this morning's entry hit me pretty hard, because I think, and I've been thinking about it all day long, and I'll read it if you want. You think I should?
Absolutely.
So I took a picture of it. I even posted it in my storyline today. Where is it?
Do you think, as you're looking for that, do you think that like the spark of that, you're saying that you felt calmer as you were reading that stuff, is that from that truly, or is that the growth as a human? Because I found, for the lack of a better way to say it, the further I've got from my last drink, but the more I chase growth and just try to be a better man, be a man of integrity, open the doors for people, you know, do the right thing just because the right thing is integrity, you find peace. You find stoicism, whether you know it's stoicism or not. That calmness, that peace of mind, to me, is absolutely priceless. So is that growth? So probably a little bit of both.
Well, yeah. So actually, it's funny because this entry would probably be a good way for like us to expand on that, because for me, I think life experience. I think if you've done enough damage in your life, if you've fucked up enough, and you've survived through it, and everything typically ends up okay, right? Things start to phase you, and they don't seem as big as they once were.
Totally.
And so I think that the more you experience in life and the more doors you open up to things like rejection, failure, disappointment, stuff like that, like you begin,
Hardened.
you might get calloused.
As it's not a bad thing.
No, but I also think that like the repetition and the acceptance of it will cause you to calm down a little bit. But like the wonderful addict that I am, if I get into something, I'm going to get into it, right?
100%, dude.
So when I started
dive.
doing, yeah, right, I'm fucking going head first. So when I got into Daily Stoic specifically, I would read the entry, and if the entry, some of the entries don't really resonate with me.
Sure.
But if they did, I like writing in Sharpie. And I'm always like very self-conscious about my handwriting, right? Because I use uppercase letters and lowercase letters. Like I don't necessarily write like traditionally how your teacher would want you to. But when I write with Sharpie, I enjoy writing with Sharpie. So I started taking pictures of my, so I would basically I bought a leather like notebook, and I took a Sharpie, and it's a leather notebook, blank pages. So like there's no lines. Because what's the point of having lines when you're writing with Sharpie? It's going everywhere, right? I don't really care.
Right.
And when I used to write cardials and stuff, I would write in Sharpie, like in really big Sharpie. And that was one of my mentors, like what he did. So I just started doing that.
Sure.
And so when I write in Sharpie, it doesn't look terrible, but I got good at it.
Right.
So I started taking pictures of it. I'm like, I wonder if people are going to judge me on my handwriting. And I started getting messages that were like, dude, you have really cool handwriting.
Right.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like my handwriting looks like a child, but evidently it's kind of artsy and whatever. And I don't know if you've seen when I've posted those.
I have.
So, but my process is when I read something out of Daily Stoic, I just take like a sentence out of it that I can like kind of like
Connect with.
Yeah. And I just like think of like, a sentence that like, whatever that whatever I boil it down to.
Yeah.
Right, whatever it sparks, and then I just write it with Sharpie, and I hit it. We've even filmed me writing it, where I just like I'm like, okay, this is what comes to mind, and I just write it out. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But I just started doing it, and I periodically will post it to my grid. But the purpose is that like when I started getting the habit of doing that on the entries that resonated with me. Now I'm not going to do it just for the sake of doing it.
Right.
Well, I started to
think.
One, I would post it, right? So then it would keep coming back when people either comment or like, I see it in my notifications, pop it back up. I'd put a great song that I loved with it, right? And so it was like one of those things where I enjoyed it. It was like me creating art in my post.
I see it.
And whether people liked it or not, I didn't really care. It was for me.
Yeah.
But the more I did it, and even if I didn't post it, the more I did it, and I have 3 of those notebooks now, and a lot of the pages are like where I fucked up and I went to the next page and started, you know what I mean, tried it again. But I have 3 of those notebooks now, and I'm on my 3rd one that I've started writing these like sentence or like 2 sentence just entries in from what I read in Daily Stoic. Anyways, the more I started to do that, the more I started to manifest on it, and the more I started to take it in, and I started to notice myself embracing some of these philosophies more and more and more.
Love it.
And it was by accident. Like I'm not trying to like call myself a Stoic, because I'm not whatsoever. But I have started to really appreciate Stoicism for what it is.
Yeah.
And not because it's cool and a buzzword and all that stuff now, but like it's helped me.
Yeah.
And so some of the entries really do resonate with me, and not only resonate with me, but are super relevant to like us and the topics that we talk about, and the people that we try to help, and some of the objections and concerns and fears that we hear from the people that we talk to. And, or just in other words, like it's subject matter that is surrounded around our life, right? It's relevant to our personal development, our growth.
Well, they're deep thinkers. I mean,
well,
like deep thinkers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how can that not trigger something in you? And it's getting within your subconscious. Anything you do daily.
Right. Well, 100%. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is it's like you invest yourself into something, it's going to start to show in your action. And that's with everything. It's with negative and positive. I just fortunately found this to be very positive for me. So November 20th, Behold Now as Ever is the title. Okay. If you've seen the present, You've seen all things from the immoral into the eternity. For everything that happened is related and the same. And so Ryan Holiday goes on to explain this, and he says, the events that will transpire today, sorry, I got a text as I was reading this. The events that will transpire today are the same as the things that have always occurred. People living and dying, animals living and dying, clouds rolling in and rolling out, air sucked in and air sucked out, as it has for eons. This moment right now, to paraphrase Emerson, is a quotation of the moments that have come before and will come ever after. And then he goes on to talk about and relate it to an old hymn, where in the hymn they say, as it was in the beginning and now and always, and to the ages and ages. And what he's basically saying is that this can have a calming, centering effect. It's no need to get excited, no need to wait on pins and needles. If you haven't seen this before, someone else has.
Boom.
And that can be a relief. And so now that I look at that and how many times I've been in a situation, I've been, I found a struggle, I found a hurdle, I found an obstacle, anything along those lines, I'm able to sit for a second and be like, well, someone else dealt with this.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not special.
Right? And when somebody, so it's funny because like, I remember my mom, one time we were in line at Disney World down in Orlando. And if you know Orlando, Florida, it starts pouring at 3:00 every single day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like in the summer. And for some reason we're at Disney World in the summer. Terrible time. Probably, tickets were probably cheap.
Super humid.
But we were in line for a ride and it started pouring and people were like trying to get out of line and these people were freaking out and everybody was trying to get out of the thing. And I remember, and my mom's not really known for saying like things like this, but somehow she like came alive. And this woman was like, we're trying to get out of here. And my mom said, we're all in the same boat. And I remember the lady paused for a second and then got really quiet. And for whatever reason, that specific story, and I've heard we're all in the same boat. We've all heard that saying a million times, but that kind of resonated with me, how like it calmed that woman down. Right. And I had another mentor later on when I was in finance that used to say, to be inclusive when you talk to somebody, when you're saying like most people go this direction, right? Or what we found is that most people really enjoyed this, and most people want to be most people.
Yeah,
right.
They want to join the crowd.
Right, they want to join, and that's not a bad thing. I don't.
If everybody's doing it, I should.
Right.
What am I missing?
Or most people found success in this area, right? Or like we're all in the same boat, right? Or you're in the same boat. Nobody wants to be in the boat alone.
Sure.
And that's very, very powerful, right? Because if we're all in the same boat, like that makes us feel good, because then it's like, okay, numbers. Well, we have numbers. We have other people we can resort to. We can get vulnerable. We can share experience. We can grow together, right? We're all in the same boat. And so I don't know where I was going with that, but it is very, very powerful. But what really comes to mind is how many times people have brought me their problems, situations in their relationship,
thinking
financial situations, right?
Like they're different. Like my relationship's worse. You don't get it.
Right.
You don't understand.
Right. And I think that people start to, when they feel this type of way, and if you tell them we're all in the same boat, I think people react in one of two ways. Mm-hmm. And they either go into comparison, right?
Or judgment.
Judgment. Or they look at it as hope.
Yeah, like some people are going to look at it like, it pushes them to kind of elevate, or they look at it from a positive, well, negative or positive. You have those types of people. You know, some people are going to look at it completely different. Those poor me people, ooh, we talked about this today. They're just the hardest people for me to be around, man. Because that stuff's contagious, man. I can't, if somebody's a poor me or my life sucks, dude, I can't be around that stuff, man, dude. Like, it's tough. Like, suck it up, dude. Like, no offense, but like, everybody's been through some shit, man. Like, you know what I mean?
We have, yeah. And you should look at that as a positive.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that, like, you know, for somebody to say, like, and it's so funny too, because the same person that will be like, well, you don't understand my situation. You don't understand when's the last time somebody has said, well, you don't get it, my situation? When's the last time they asked about the situation of the person that has been through it? Right? You don't get it, my thing's different. You don't get it, whatever, without even considering that the person that's also experienced what that person's going through could have also been like abandoned as a child, grew up super poor, had some sort of physical ailment, whatever, right? They're so caught up in the negativity in their mind that they can't even accept the fact that, whoa, hold on a second. We started off the 44 core call today. How? Explaining you.
Yeah.
Right?
My story.
Your story.
Yep. I say it all the time, man. Our story is our sword. Pick it up and use it, dude. You're not supposed to like protect you. You're supposed to share it. That's how we connect, dude. Like the people that don't share their story and they don't like speak up, like we've all been through some shit. We connect in shit, right? We don't connect in the triumphs too, but we connect in the shit, the vulnerabilities, the weak points, the poor me stuff. That they're, you know, it's just it's a hard person to be around because if I'm in that space. Misery loves misery. I'm chilling with that guy. Man, I know it sucks for us, huh? Like, dude, I'm a freaking heroin addict. Like, my life sucked. That's why I'm a heroin addict. That's connecting, and misery loves misery. But when you change, I don't want to be around that, man. Because, like, dude, rise the hell above it, dude. Like, just change your mindset. Change your mindset. Like, think bigger, do bigger. We have that mindset, but it's been cultivated, right? Nourished, because you start your day like that. I start my day not with that, but I start my day like that. I start my day every day like clockwork. It don't care if I'm in Maui. I don't care if I'm in Mexico. I wake up before. I don't have to wake up before I'm on vacation. I wake up before because that's how I pay the habit. I still earn the sunrise because what those habits have yielded is a matter of integrity, a matter of character, because now when somebody goes, dude, you're a piece of shit. All right, cool, dude. I know I'm not a piece of shit, so words don't mean anything to me. When I'm a piece of shit, damn, those words wound me. You know what I mean? How do you not get wounded by words? You cultivate a stronger man or a woman. If someone's listening to this, you cultivate how? We talked about it today. Consistency till JT says, you do it till you get sick of doing it because they just make it habitual.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's why most people don't fail. They just get bored of doing something and refuse to continue on. Backing up to how we opened up the 44 core also is, it's your story. And it's important for people to understand that, like, neither of us came from like being whizzes on social media, right? Like, we didn't
see me on the computer.
Right, but we did it. So people would say like, oh, well, I'm not tech savvy. Oh, that's that one. We'll get my
first right there. Stop saying that. When I started doing that, I said that to somebody. I'm trying to remember who said that. Stop saying that. Oh, Joe Brown. Joe Brown's a good friend of mine. Joe Brown said, stop saying that. When you learned how to text, were you good at it? No, you didn't know how to text, and then all of a sudden you're good at it. Stop saying that. And I'm like, you are right. I'm actually usually pretty good at that. Thank you for calling me on my shit. Don't say that you're bad at anything. Say I'm not good at it yet.
Right.
Words. Yeah. Your subconscious hears that shit.
Right, 100%. Now, of course, there are people who are tech savvy, but to say I'm not tech savvy, well, that's not good enough. Then get tech savvy.
Yeah, study it.
Then learn it.
If that's what you want, like, or if you need it. Like, I didn't know how to edit videos, bro. Like, I don't even like social media. That's the funniest thing. I hate it. I don't really scroll that much. I just don't. I mean, we work on it, so it's like, but it's a job, so we treat it like a job, and you were talking about that today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and exactly, make it your job. Get tech savvy. And the funny thing is most of the time it has nothing to do with tech savvy. It has to do with being lazy. You just don't want to go and learn it. Dude. Because most of the stuff that we...
And then it's easy to say, oh, I'm just not good at it, so I just can't do it.
Right.
Easy out.
Right.
You jumped off the boat.
You don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand. I didn't grow up with computer classes.
I'm 48. You know what I mean? So is he, and he's good. So whatever, you know?
Yeah. So, but again, it's people are grouping themselves in a game of comparison, and it's like, right, there's like, it's the famous is comparison is the thief of joy, all of that stuff. Like, dude, if you just looked at the fact that like we're all in the same boat and you looked at that as hope instead of comparison, your life would be so much more positive.
Have you heard the story of the two salesmen? It's a rainy day. Salesman number one, right? They're door-to-door salesman. Salesman number one, salesman number two. Salesman number one. It's raining today. There's nobody going to be out. No one's going to answer the door. I'm just going to stay home. Salesman number two. Everybody's going to be home today because it's raining. Nobody's going out. I'm going to get so many sales. Same day, different mindsets. That's how easy life is, bro. It really is two types of people. I'm going to like kick some ass and nothing's going to stop me, right? Mm-hmm. I see a positive in it. Like make a positive in it. Like even if you have a little bit of positive, make a positive. Take that part. Hold on to that. Because if you're this guy, bro.
Dude, it's so funny. I love that story. That reminds me of a time when I was in Cabo and I was sitting on the beach and there were like all these little Mexican people and they were selling the same straw hats. Yeah. And the straw hats had like NFL football teams on them. And I was like, what are these guys selling these straw hats with NFL football teams? I thought it was really funny. Yeah. But they all had the same straw hats and they had like tons of them stacked on top of each other, and Dallas Cowboys, and Kansas City Chiefs. And you could see the difference in posture of the people who were cleaning up and the people who were just like walking around with this like huge pile of shitty hats that nobody really wanted. And I thought about it and I was like, I was looking at it in terms of scarcity. I was looking at it in terms of people thinking like, man, everybody's out here trying to sell the same thing. Right. And then I saw this one guy and he was cleaning up. He was selling these fucking straw hats like they were going out of style. Talking to people, running up to people. And what was the one thing in common? He was looking for everybody who didn't have a hat on.
What are we talking about today? Think through shit.
Yeah.
Think through shit. Use your brain.
Yep.
Nobody uses their brain.
The rest of these guys are walking around like, this sucks. Like, I think the cartel's making me do this. Whatever. Like walking around, like doing like just like not even caring. And then this one guy's like, you come here. And he was cleaning up. Mm-hmm. It's just abundance.
What do you say in today's world, or maybe we just notice it more. I don't know if things have changed or what, but everybody's lazy. Why? Like, what is it? Food? Is it just the things we eat? Is it our phones in our face? Is it all the above? Why is it? Because, I mean, my sons are young, but I'm going to be speaking this as I do into them already. They're going to be little savages, so to speak, because work ethic, just having work ethic in today's world, because everybody's just like overweight, settling, fine with mediocrity, all the above, right? Just not trying to grow in any type of form. Why is that, in your opinion? Well, because we've coached a lot of people, and this is not knocking anybody. We've all been there. Mm-hmm. What has been like the catalyst, the backslide, the genesis, whatever you want to call it? Why are so many people okay with like running in a circle and like having no money and like struggling from day to day? Because we all have the same ability to thrive. Mm-hmm. Why are so many people okay? 97% probably, give or take, live paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if that's an exact number, but do you know what I mean?
The easy personal development coach answer would be, well, it's because of instant gratification. And that's probably true.
It's true. That's good. Because delayed gratification it's not easy. We want it now.
Right.
Phone in my face. I can buy it right now. It's at my door in a day.
But that's an easy answer. I want to go complicated.
Let's do it.
I think people think, what's the fucking point?
I can't change the world.
That or
like what am I going to do because I'm just one guy?
Yeah. It's comparison and it's confidence, right? Like you put yourself in a pool of somebody who they see, because so many people see the finished product, the highlight reels, the glitz and glam that social media is in their face constantly.
I can't do that.
And they think, oh man, look at like that person's lucky, that person's favored, that they have something that I don't have. What's the point?
Right.
Right. Then there's a massive level of fear that comes into that too. And again, this
Fear's
goes
deadly,
right
bro.
back. This goes
Dream killer.
oh, fucking right.
Dream killer.
And this goes right back to like you can, like I said, everything that we talk about can go back to November 20th. By the way, that's what the century is. So if you guys get the Daily Stoic, go back to November 20th, and everything goes right back to this, to where it's like people see it, again, and that is partially instant gratification, it's comparison, it's everything. They open up their phone and they see the guy that started the roofing company that now drives a Lambo and all of this stuff. And that's what they see. And even though he tells his story, people refuse to look at that story as hope, right? The guy that started the roofing company that has Lambo, and I'm talking about somebody specifically right now, that they don't realize that he was 3 years prior was in prison, right? 5 years prior was addicted to meth and dope and everything else. And before that came from a broken home with an abusive father. Right. And before that, right? Like people see the finished product.
Right. They don't see the journey.
Right. Like do you know the story of Oprah?
Probably, but like, go ahead.
Oh my God. Beaten, molested, abandoned, thrown out on the streets, grew up on the streets, like kicked out, or not kicked out, but like abandoned from like foster home after foster home. Like her story is fucking crazy.
Right.
First black woman billionaire. Dude. Impacted more lives than ever before. But people will acknowledge the story, but they won't look at it as hope for themselves. Right. Some people will.
Yeah.
And the people who will actually amount to something in life. But the people who won't, and the people who continuously like internalize their circumstances and their situations and all of that, which is crazy to think that everybody has the same magic of hope.
Well, either the spark or the lack of the spark is what we talked about it today, is going to be mindset, talking different. Like I have to go to the gym. I get to go to the gym. I have to go to this meeting tonight. I get to go to this meeting tonight. It doesn't matter if you want to go or not. I'm going to tell you, everybody listen, because I know there's going to be some sober people listening to this. January I'll have 15 years sober, and I've gone to a lot of meetings, a lot. And every single one, and I'm talking 100% of them, there is a time in that day, usually close to the meeting, where I get a little tap on my shoulder and the little devil goes, "You worked hard today. You don't need to go to the meeting today. You're good. Go home. You got a cute wife," whatever, right? And success is built upon all the things we don't want to do, but we do anyway. Going to the meeting, right? Because that's the mindset, man. You got to change your mindset, dude. I say it all the time. I mean, I've sponsored so many men, and I will say it over and over and over. Sobriety is built upon all the things you don't want to do, but you do anyway. You don't want to go to a meeting, then you should go to a meeting. It's like driving backwards. You gotta like retrain your whole mind, dude. Your drug addict brain, you gotta flip back over. It's the same thing with diet, right? We're all addicted to sugar. Sugar's in everything. Like, how can like guys like us have the ability when we go out to dinner and everybody has the cake? Just have a piece of cake, dude, whatever, bro. And like, everybody folds. I won't fold. You won't fold because I know it, right? But like, why? Birthday. Yeah, right. Dude, well, we were with a bunch of badasses, so everybody's like, you want dessert? No. Like, but if we were there with somebody eating cake, everybody's eating cake. And they're, come on, dude, misery loves misery, so they want you to jump into the pool of misery. But guys like us, we have the empowerment of learning what it takes. When you say no, when I say I'm not going to eat chocolate cake because I just have goals that doesn't fit my goal, it's empowering, bro. It's better than heroin. We've talked about it, but it's like people need to hear it. It's redundant for a reason, because that's what people don't, like you said, it's instant gratification. They just can't get out of that mindset, dude. But again, back to it, it's mindset.
And for people listening to this to understand that, like, I used to weigh almost 400 pounds. I'm addressing the camera right now so you can understand. I used to be the least disciplined person in the world. I do not have a rags to riches story, but I do have a story of being a complete fuck up over and over and over again, self-sabotaging everything in sight, sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident. It didn't fucking matter. I would manage to fuck it up. I have nothing special that allowed me to turn my life around and do this other than these conversations that we're having right now.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're watching this, you need to understand that the tools were not built into me. I have nothing special whatsoever. The only thing I'm really fucking fantastic at since a very young age is fucking everything up. So how could I do that? Well, exactly this. Changing my surroundings, being around the right people, doing the repetitive shit that I don't want to do every single day, no matter what. Starting my day off on a very positive note. Starting my day off doing something that makes me think in the morning and makes me have hope. Mm-hmm. And mainly looking at the stories of the men that I've chosen to surround myself with and realizing that it is hope. I'm not comparing myself to them, but I do understand that if they can, so can I.
Boom.
And that's it.
Mindset, baby. I love it.
What else?
Yeah, I love that stuff. I mean, you and I are so big on that and on who we surround ourselves with. We continue to cultivate. I'm going to say this because it's so freaking important. So men I sponsor or coach, whatever, write things down first and foremost. Okay. Write them down. There's power to pen to paper. You have talked about it, but power to pen to paper, when you physically write it down, it's like you put it into the universe, like write this shit down. Right. And start here.
Wait. Let me stop you. One other thing. I'm going to show you and if you see it, you'll see, write it down. But there's an and, right? We're always yes and.
Yes and.
Write it down, and then what?
I have bad eyes. What does that say? Make it happen.
It says, when you own it, you win. But at the very bottom,
you sign it.
You sign it.
Why?
Because it's a contract.
Yeah, baby.
Because it's a contract.
Sounds cheesy too, right? But for guys that like were me when I first got sober, like go easy, day at a time, whatever, dude. There's a reason people do this shit. Like, you want to be successful? Do what successful people do. Justin's successful. That's what he does. So do that. I'm fairly successful. So I don't hit snooze, dude. And I'm going to look anybody in the eye and say, I don't hit snooze. Why? Because I see the people that hit snooze. I don't want to be like them. I want to be like the people. I want to have a big bank account. I want to say yes to my wife. I want to the things that like are nice, not because tangible stuff, I chase tangible stuff, but it's nice to go and buy whatever you want from your freaking hard work. Listen, guys, here's the deal. I walked into a sober living at 2 weeks sober with a basket of clean clothes because I finally washed my clothes at my dad's house, kicked heroin, went into a sober living, and nobody gave me anything. That is what I built my life off of that. And you know what's right about that is like, I'm proud of that shit, man. I worked at every single thing, everything I have, I worked for that shit. There's so much like, in that, dude. So when you start getting like, when you want to go left because you're so used to going left, but you go right, but you keep going right, and you keep going right, you keep going right. All of a sudden, you have worth. You don't see it happen. You just all of a sudden have some integrity, you have some worth, and then you just start knowing that you're worth it. You can get the better job. I can get more. I do deserve a big bank account. Like if you believe in God like I do, God wants me to be wealthy. Why would he not? Right? But I back up that with my work ethic. We were at the gym working our asses off when everybody's sleeping.
Can you imagine when you first walked into AA? And I'm guilty of this too, by the way. And I've even caught myself a couple times still doing this. Seeing the slogans, all the sayings, right? You know who has all the sayings is Jeremy Jackson, right? I tell him all the time, you have more sayings than anybody. Yeah. But could you imagine every time you see a positive saying or slogan or whatever, and you think to yourself, lame, corny.
I did.
Could you imagine being so fucking cynical, right? And you were, and so was I.
Yep.
Where you're like, oh,
whatever, bro.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Whatever, right? And understanding. Or like, you think about like you go into like, your cheesy manager's office and he has like the painting or the picture of like the whale in the sunset. And it's like together, you can do it. Together we go further. And you're like, ugh, lame, whatever. Right. Could you imagine being so fucking cynical? And you can, because you were.
That bugged you.
Right. That you let that bug you.
Yeah.
And then you realize that all these people that have the lives that you want.
Love that shit.
Love that shit.
I'm the one king of one-liners, baby. I love writing those down, dude.
And you're the guy who has dick to show for anything in your life, and you're rolling your eyes going, lame, one day at a time, cheesy.
Success
like,
leaves
what the fuck?
clues.
Wake up!
Dude, success leaves clues, man. Like, just follow the damn clues. Find some people, plural, not or person, but people that have what you want and just do what they do. What does Justin do? He wakes up. What do? I wake up early and we do the same shit every day. Every freaking day. I call it paying the tab. I call it earn the sunrise. I don't give a shit what you call it.
I don't have a name for it. I don't have a name for it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Why? Because it yields freaking results, baby.
And let me tell you something. That cynical Justin Wenzel that would have seen the sayings that I now write in Sharpie. And by the way, I sign my fucking name at the bottom of it because that makes it a contract to myself. That same stuff I used to roll my eyes to. And this time when I write it down, I'm so fucking proud of it. I go and I post it and hope that the world sees it.
Okay, I did.
My whole entire mindset changed when I started this life of positivity, stoicism, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So if that is you and you roll your eyes and you think you're so much fucking better than the people who have everything that you fucking want in your life, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry. It sucks to fucking suck. Do better. Embrace this shit because it actually does work out pretty well. That's all.
Mic drop. That's it, dude. It's that easy. Mic drop, dude. Like, listen, he just said it. Like, just do that. Don't suck. Stop talking shit on people, man. Lift each other up, man. You want to find peace. You want to find contentment. Help another human. That's it, man. Help another human. We are supposed to help people. That's it, dude. It's peace. Stoicism, whatever you found. It doesn't matter if you call it stoicism or if you just find peace. I've chased peace of mind because it is freaking priceless. When I wake up, I used to not be able to sit still. And now I love being alone, man. I sit out on my porch at my backyard. It's over the canyon in Costa Mesa Canyon Zone. And I'm like, I just sit there, man. And like, it's my best time, man. And my best freaking ideas. I'm like, you know me, I'm like ideas, just like letting my brain just run. And like, I couldn't sit there and just be grateful. Last thing I'll say, and then we can kind of wrap this up because we're going to be going forever, man. Like, we love this stuff. If you're someone that's negative, try this. When you wake up, hopefully you don't ever hit snooze again, but let's say you hit the snooze 3 times. When you get up, as you're walking to coffee or whatever you do to take a piss, as your feet hit the floor, start thinking about all the things that you were grateful for till you get there. Go through all of them. I'm alive. I just woke up. I have a pretty wife. Whatever. All the things that you do. By the time you take a piss, you have totally changed your mind. You cannot be negative when you're grateful. Try that.
I love it. You know something funny? Is that I was not only the snooze guy, but the guy who had multiple alarm clocks. Right? 6 o'clock, 6:15, 6:45. Right? And they were all turned on.
That's why I
so
don't.
I would snooze plus multiple alarms just to get me.
I hear them all, and they're here to go again. I'm like, dude, like I don't want what that guy has, so I'm going to do the opposite of that guy, and that's where it started.
You know how many alarm clocks I have now?
You don't even have an alarm clock.
No,
me neither. I have one just in case. I just happen to sleep past, but I'm always up before the alarm clock. Why? Because I want to chase growth, baby. I want good shit.
I want to go to bed.
I'm excited.
I like this. Remember when you were a kid? And it was Christmas, right? Bed. And you'd go to bed really early so you could get up really early. That's 365 nights a year for me. I go to bed so fucking early because I cannot wait to get up. And he knows this because he gets to wake up to me every single day. What do I say usually? Hey, handsome.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, hey, handsome. And then
the man behind the counter, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie. Dude, this is becoming my favorite thing.
I love it, bro. We can talk. You make me think deep. I love that. I like to think. I like to, these subjects, like being on your thing today, dude. When I got off, your little mic drop and you just click go. God, I love this shit. Mm-hmm. I love like chasing growth, helping other people grow, just like beating that into people. Last thing I'll say real quick. This is what you get when you start helping people. This happened to me last night, and we get many of these, but this one was special, man. I got a DM from a girl that she goes, JD, you don't know me, but I went to grade school with your wife, and our families were very good friends. She said, I've been listening to your podcast, the one on sobriety, blah, blah, blah. And she said, You just triggered something in me. I've been sober for 3 months. I just wanted to say thank you. Man, that's the cool shit. I'm not tooting my horn. I just shared my story. That's it.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's really powerful.
Love it.
Guys, if you're watching this and you have topics that you want to talk about, like we want to give you what you want to see. So if there's topics, if there's struggles, if there's things that you want us to address, you can get a hold of either of us in our DMs. We're very active on social media. So I'm guessing the vast majority of you right now that are watching this have discovered us probably from Instagram. So if you're watching this, and you have struggles, you have things that you want to talk about, we'd love to do that. We want to give you guys what you want to see. Now, of course, we're giving you a lot of what we talk about throughout the day, all day anyways. But if there's certain things, reach out. We want to be able to give you guys what you want. So hit us up in the DMs. It will be us. We appreciate the fuck out of you guys for watching this. That's for sure. And the feedback that we're getting from you guys is pushing us to get really excited and more excited about it, more excited than we already are. So there's no stopping now. This is really fun. So appreciate you guys.